Hey, what is going on YouTube? Mike here, and today we finally got the Android 9 Pie update for the Nokia 1. Now this should be pretty interesting considering that the Nokia 1 is a very affordable entry-level phone. It launched a year ago running on Android Oreo, albeit a more simplified version referred to as Android Go, which is programmed to run on less powerful hardware. So for this one, I'm just going to show some quick impressions of how Android Pie runs on the Nokia 1. How does it perform? Let's find out. So obviously there have been some changes to the main user interface. The icons on the drop-down menu now have a more rounded look to them, and the main settings menu now has a more colorful appearance, quite similar to what you get on other Android One phones running on Pie. The Nokia One can now access the dark mode feature thanks to Android Pie. You can access this in the display settings. Sadly though, this is not a system-wide dark mode, although you really can't complain at this price point. As far as new features are concerned, Android Pie Go has some new tricks up its sleeve. You get the new and updated Google Go Assistant app, which works fairly well. The app is responsive and rarely shows signs of lag, which is a welcome change. There's also an updated ambient display feature, which can be activated in the settings menu. Performance is also improved a lot. Lag was a pretty big problem when I first got the Nokia 1, and the Android Pie update has improved how the phone operates in general. Scrolling through menus and even typing have become a bit more fluid, with none of the horrible slowdown present in the older software version. Some things have remained the same, however. The main home screen retains the familiar search widget on the upper part of the display, and the recent apps menu still maintains a vertical scrolling interface, which does tell you that this is still an Android Go device through and through. Navigation is still done through on-screen buttons, and it seems that gesture navigation is out of the picture as there is no option to enable the new Android Pill button. The camera software still leaves a lot to be desired. Not even the Lumia camera app made its way to the Nokia 1 sadly. The 5-megapixel camera on the phone still struggles with focusing on subjects, so don't expect much in the way of mobile photography. Battery life seems to remain solid, and this is certainly a good sign. I still get a day's worth of use out of the phone, but this is in part due to the lower power requirements of Android Go. The battery settings even comes with some new features such as the battery manager, which lets you know if some apps are using more power than usual. So does Android 9 Go make the Nokia 1 a more competent device? You're still limited of course with the hardware inside the Nokia 1, and the camera isn't anything to brag about. But at the same time, Android Pie does make some much needed improvements to the software, and if you already own this phone, well, prepare to be pleasantly surprised. This still means that the Nokia 1 is one of the cheapest phones you can get that will run Android Pie, and you really can't complain about that. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below, and once again, thanks for watching.